Welcome to the Whiskey Advent Calendar for 2024. I'm working with the Master of Malt Premium Whiskey Advent Calendar. Some of you are drinking along. We're trying to go in blind. If you did your prep work, they wrote the name on the bottles, which means you need help from a friend to go in blind. I had a friend, I have at least one, and they covered the bottles in stickers and then wrote a little piece of paper to tell me what it was when I was ready. We're going to do a blind assessment, which means go in and just say what you smell and taste. And then, is the sticker coming off? Nope, it's good. And then, as long as possible, try not to come to a conclusion until the very, 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 very end when you run out of tasting notes. That was a really fast intro. I'm getting better at this. Ooh, okay. A lighter kind of... lighter color. We ended up with a bourbon, so I thought this was going to be all Scotch, and it's not. So now, who knows what's possible? So I'm going to write down on the nose, and I'm just going to go blind. I always go from memory, and then to help jog my memory, I have lists of notes that I pulled off of various, including Charles McLean's, various tasting wheels to help jog my brain on like what's possible and what might be out there. I think we're back in the malt category. I'm smelling that sort of barley sweet. For some reason, what popped in my head when I pulled this nose up was barley wine. Because it has this sort of clingy sweetness to it that's in the direction of vanilla, but could also be sherry, fruit, because I'm getting these like sort of fruit things. But they're definitely fresh. No. They're cooked. This like stewed apple and this like sweet jam. There's a sort of green garden house note to this. A little bit earthy in the nose. And then there's a vanilla through everything. There's cooked grain. As a matter of fact, the density of what I'm smelling reminds me of the barley mash when it's sweet, porridgey, but hasn't yet started all of the fruit things that show up in fermentation. Okay. Oh, hey, there was a toasted vanilla wafer note for a split second. Like a vanilla wafer, but a little toasted on the edges. Huh. When I stopped thinking about it, it sort of popped in for a second. Like those paintings or pictures, when you look at them, you let your eyes go blurry and you see a sailboat. Oh, okay. Yeah, on the palate, malty vanilla. Greenhouse earth. Honeysuckle vine. Maybe jasmine, for those of you who don't know what honeysuckle is. And barley. I like it. It's soft, it's a little earthy, it's a little clingy. It was the direction of Kleinlich 14 that we had a couple of days ago, but separate out the citrus zest and in place of the real nice earth, put in this sort of like clingy sweetness, like stewed fruit. I don't know what that is. I think it's a Highland malt. I'm not getting a lot of I'm getting the earthiness and the maltiness. Always leads me to a Highland malts. For my brain. For the way that my brain interprets it. There's a hint of smoke now that I'm coming back to it. But it's so far back there that I think I might be imagining it. I would say this is... it feels a little bright and I'm going to say this is a 12-year-old. But I don't know what distillery. Even looking over here to jog my memory of Highland distilleries, I don't know. I don't know. I'm actually not even going to guess. Nothing's lining up in my head. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Holy sh! I was way off. I mean, no, I'm not. It's a Highland malt. It's 22 years old. Fettercairn. I do not have a 22-year-old Fettercairn to compare it with, but I do have a 12-year-old Fettercairn, and I'd like to see how I got that one so wrong. I love Fettercairn, by the way. I discovered Fettercairn for the first time in Austin. There was a shop in, what is that town? It's the little town where there's a Trader Joe's off of South Mopac. And they have a school, and the town's named the schools anyway. Dang it, we play them in football. I don't remember. There was a little like curio gift shop that I went into while I was waiting around one day for someone else. And they had a little collection of independent bottled scotch that didn't even, it had like print your own labels on it. And one of them was a Fettercairn. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I got it. Loved it. And I fell in love with Fettercairn. I did not recognize this as Fettercairn, but I have never had a Fettercairn that old before. This is the Fettercairn 12, which I know I like, and we're going to try that one and see what 22 brings to the table. 22, really? Is there a proof on this? Hang on. Yeah, it says 22. I ripped most of the label off again. 47, that's pretty high for a age statement. I wonder if they just bottled it. Like, who did this? Was it an independent bottling, or was it actually just Fettercairn? Just says Fettercairn. Okay. I'm a big fan of Fettercairn, so. Oh, yeah. Damn it. The 12 is way brighter. I mean, even the color. Nose is way mustier on the, way more earthy on the 22. The 12 is way more light and actually a little bit of citrus. There's a mustiness to the bottom of the 12 that is, this is a weird thing to say, but it's almost this sort of like Play-Doh note. I wonder if that's the note that in the 22 is coming across as clingy on the palate. There's the Fettercairn I know and love. Not clingy at all, vanilla cream, a little bit of earth, a little bit of a weird phenolic note that would almost be considered... Yeah, I'm just going to leave it with Play-Doh. That's not a great tasting note, but I actually like it. Oh, the nose on the 22. Yeah, much denser, much heavier. Way longer. Ooh, that goes for days. All right, I gotta say, I still prefer the 12. I know it's simpler. I know it's lighter. I know there's way more complexity on this 22. There's way more density on this 22. It's rich, it's beautiful. It's everything that you could want from paying for a more expensive age statement scotch. But there's just something about the 12-year-old Fettercairn that's like lively and vibrant for me. And it's lost on this older age statement. Now I'm getting more of, I'm getting waffle cone on the nose. Huh. All right, well, that was kind of a fun little adventure. Fettercairn. Great, these guys are really hitting like a lot of my favorite distilleries, which is kind of nice. I mean, other than the Johnny Walker Gold. That one was a little off. Anyway, cheers to you, and I'm really glad you're here.